Welcome to Zangam, architects of digital transformation, where innovation meets excellence. We're a team of deep tech innovators working across various industries.
With almost 30 years of experience in tech engineering, I have seen firsthand how innovation transforms businesses.
Hi, I am Bala Subramaniam, an MBA from the Asian Institute of Management with professional experience of more than 25 years in finance, consulting, risk management, and fraud investigations. We understand that business is about multiple moving parts. So at Zangam, the strategy is very simple. Cut the clutter.
As a medical professional and an insurance expert for the last 20 years, I know the insurance business deep and wide. At Zangam Group, innovation to transform the business is the core of the offerings. Innovation in technology and innovation in operations too.
Hi, I am Vinay Iyer, Chartered Accountant with more than 20 years of experience in the technology industry. We are Microsoft Gold Certified Partners and LS Central Diamond Certified Partners.
We differentiate ourselves by heavily investing in R&D in two key areas: adapting latest cutting and bleeding edge technologies like AI, blockchain, IoT. And the second area is investing in understanding the domain problems of the industry. Then we create a Zangam to culminate in industry-ready, co-created solutions.
At Zangam Group, our technological philosophy is built on three pillars: integration, innovation, and impact.
At Zangam Labs, we bring in the learning from multiple clients and technologies to create new enterprises. Labs is about actually developing new entrepreneurs so that innovation keeps continuing inside the business and also for our clients. Our strategy to handle disruption is simple. Be the disruptor.
Through Zangam Labs, we've created a technological symphony of AI, analytics, and automation, thereby delivering scalable business transformation.
We work with Xangam Labs to augment Microsoft D365 solution to provide a cutting-edge advantage to our customers.
Our AI-driven solutions have been reshaping every aspect of the insurance value chain, including redefining distribution, intelligent underwriting, and automated claims processing. The value we offer to our clients goes way beyond traditional insurance boundaries. We proudly tell our clients, your vision is our mission, your success is our destination.
We mainly cater to customers in the retail, hospitality, and duty-free segment. Our customers are present in more than 20 countries.
Welcome to Zangam, and this is my team.
All right, Heena, take it away from here.
Thank you, Shreya. Welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, you get a sense of what Zangam is into, the kind of innovation it is using, it is bringing for its customers using technology, tailor-made solutions. And we are here today to talk about how this can really benefit the insurance sector. The topic of discussion is empowering the unorganized sector with innovative insurance. And I'd like to begin this discussion with you, Ms. Pritha Dutt, because IRDAI has got a vision that it needs everybody, every individual in this country to be covered by insurance, to have some kind of an insurance by 2047, because India has an aim to become a developed nation, Viksit Bharat, by 2047. And if we want to, fast track to the top 3 economies in the world, this needs to be done. Now, to be able to achieve this, we also need to keep in mind the unorganized sector. There is a large chunk of population that is unorganized, but it's a very important wheel when it comes to economic progress that our country, is experiencing. So can you tell us firstly a little bit about the challenges that exist to fill this gap, unorganized versus the organized space?
Thank you, Heena. Moment that we talk of Viksit Bharat, and you rightly said, there is a huge number that needs to be filled, and that's the unorganized. To give you a sense, India is largely an unorganized sector economy.
Then it's an even bigger problem.
Even bigger problem. 83 to 88% is unorganized. Yeah, and that's includes farm sector, non-farm sector, gig workers, domestic workers, unincorporated enterprises, And that is really the bulk. The formal sector is only 30 into 17, 20% maximum. 38% of the GDP comes from the unorganized informal sector. What does that mean? That means there is no employer-employee relationship. That means there is no contract. That means there is no, benefits and, terms and conditions of service. That's like a little, casual nature of employment. They are free. There is no safety net. And that's like completely left to open, to decide how do they, go about their life and career and, income and livelihood. There are a number of insurance schemes that Honorable Prime Minister has started and the country does have. Still suffer from three challenges. One is how many people are even aware that they exist, how to even access kind of those, what are the mechanisms. If you don't have an employer, you don't have anybody, there is nobody doing that for you. So you are left kind of exposed. So awareness is one key factor. Second is the low level of trust for all of them, because you aren't seeing many examples of where the claims are, even getting actualized. So this is the whole set of challenges. It's a large number. There is no terms and conditions of contract, so it's very loose. And then even when there are insurance schemes, both affordability, access, awareness, and trust is missing. I would say those are the challenges.
Well, you have the problem here, Mr. Ramachandran, and you provide tailor-made solutions. So we want to understand from you, how can we solve this problem of bringing the unorganized sector under the insurance net?
Yeah, Heena, first of all, many thanks for elucidating this fact and acknowledging that insurance penetration is one of the key factors for taking India to top 3. We at Zangam have created a lot of technologies, and as I had mentioned previously, invested very heavily in 2 tracks. One is creating technologies and getting them to address these solutions. And second is also we have invested in domain sort of expertise in this particular area to create multiple solutions, not one, but multiple solutions. Actually, to answer your question, I would like to take, let's say, 2 examples and give a broad base and give a very specific answer. Let's take an example of one of the fastest growing segments in India, quick commerce. So quick commerce basically means you do deliveries within 10 minutes or so, 10, 12 minutes, 8 minutes, 15 minutes or so. Today, the Honorable Transport Minister in the morning actually mentioned and highlighted a fact of road accidents happening because of this factor, not wearing helmets and so on and so forth, because they had to really deliver within time. Now, quick commerce is really boosting the economy, but there are these impediments. Now, how do you take care of it? I sincerely believe that insurance can take care of it, but how do you do that? So we have to have a new paradigm in insurance called microinsurance. It's already there, but really only for that particular ride, which makes it safe for these delivery partners to reach us on time. And that will remove the roadblocks to quick commerce. Okay, as an example. So these highly unorganized delivery partners are then served by insurance. There are many factors, and I will not go into the detail, and that's where Zangam and its technology comes into picture of getting to a microinsurance and facilitating the same. Let's take another example of the unorganized segment. Maids, basically. I mean, we cannot do without maids, and this was very apparent, especially during COVID, when, this was a problem. I mean, we get holidays, and even if we are in any other field, couple of days or one day, maids don't get holidays. They have to work. That has an effect on their health. But what can be done about it? Nothing. As in, so for this also, we can have a solution from my perspective, and we can have an insurance. We can have the lady of the house, who usually is, let's say, the contractor of those maids, because it's highly unorganized once again. And apart from the salary which they pay, they can contribute 100 rupees, 50 rupees, depending on how much they want. And we can actually get for a month a health insurance with a sum assured of 1 lakh. Actually, it's so simple. But the challenge is, how do you get every lady of the house to contribute 50 rupees, and how do you get to the insurance companies? That requires technology. And that's what is Zangam all about. Creating these very deep-rooted technologies which will make life simple, but yet secure, for the unorganized segment. So I think this is how, as an example, I wanted to mention that technology and the digital transformation will help this unorganized segment in those two areas. I just want to mention one more thing, which I saw Pritha mentioning about, let's say, trust, topic. I think that's very true. The proof of pudding, any pudding, is in the eating. I mean, if you take insurance, and we give insurance, but if the claims are not getting done, then once again, you go back to a stage where you don't trust insurance, and that's very important. For that, I'm very proud to say Zangam has many offerings, but claims assessment and very fast claims assessment is one of the fastest growing segment of our solutions, which is penetrating insurance. We have more than half the insurance companies using our solutions. IRDA has come about a very, very important, almost, I want to use the word epochal mission of 3 hours cashless. Now, how can this be done? Because you have TPAs who will take 1 day or 2 hours to reach, and it's very difficult. So we have technologies which are actually being adopted at this point in time, which does within an hour. It assesses the claim and then gives the information to TPAs and or to the insurance companies so that they can actually give the claims on time. So this is how I think Zangam can help. And we are, like I told, investing more in R&D to reach these areas of problems so that insurance can get penetrated. Heena.
So after understanding the root cause of the issue, you are coming up with innovative solutions, doing R&D as well. But Ms. Dutt, the question is, we're talking about people at the bottom of the pyramid, for whom it is roti, kapda, makan that comes first. And if at all some money that they manage to save after spending on these 3 priorities, I don't think insurance for them has ever been a priority. Maybe that's another thing that we need to really deal with. How does it benefit them? Because that is the reason why they will then, perhaps consider or even think of buying insurance, which is also the case that's not happening. There are government policy measures that are in place to get people who do not have insurance into the space, but then people also need to be made aware of why this is an important thing. What are we doing about it?
Absolutely. So that's exactly the kinds of solution that Zangam is talking about. One of the things that, and you mentioned roti, kapda, makan. What does the youth of the country want? You want a job, and you hear these words often, pakki naukri. Pakki naukri means a naukri that has some finite, terms and conditions. I know where I'm working, I have a contract, I have some terms and conditions, benefit. He mentioned domestic workers. 7-8 states in the country have the Minimum Wages Act for domestic workers. How many domestic workers are even aware about this? How many domestic workers are even aware that POSH applies to domestic workers? Yeah, so the job has to be using technology. Even awareness, even communication using technology that I can even access on my mobile, phone. So the benefit of getting insurance to this unorganized, informal sector, woman, gig worker, health sector, retail, farmer, is enormous. Suddenly you will find that this sector jobs are not, as bad. It is aspirational. You've created a new paradigm, and that's wonderful because you can then access all these benefits without feeling less of a citizen. Like, okay, my garib hu, so I need to access this. I can do it with pride. I do it with conviction, and I'm aspiring to be there.
Do you think if it's in some way incentivized, maybe then we can have more, in a way, pull coming in from the people themselves?
I think what Guru mentioned, how do I get all the employers? There are fractional employers. My domestic worker is probably working with 7-8 fractional employers. How do I get them also into the scheme? Again, technology helps. Similarly, gig work, similarly, farm work, similarly in unincorporated enterprises where your entrepreneur, is the owner, is the helper, is the staff. So how, when he or she hires somebody, how do I get that person also part of it? So how do I also create this network? That person is an important stakeholder. So the domestic worker employer is a stakeholder, and that has to be brought into the fold. So I am not searching alone for answers. I have to go and get enrolled into the scheme. And there are lovely schemes. But alone, Roti Kapda Makan is the first. I don't understand how this is so integral to Roti Kapda Makan. My Kapda might not be available. My Makan might not be available because I don't have this safety net.
Absolutely. It needs to be made, part of the things that we need and not something that we should have. It should be made a necessity. How can we do that? The benefits clearly are very, very important that need to be told. So that's my last question to you. Can you tell us, because everybody today has smartphones, so do you think this perhaps can be another way of reaching out to the unorganized sector faster?
Absolutely. In our research, like I told, we looked into smartphones by which the benefits reach out, as well as, assessments and so on and so forth came. We actually did research. We found that most of the, how will I put it, the unorganized segment don't even have smartphones. What do you do in that case? So our technologies actually ride and work on even 2G. So, yes, you're right. The phone, which is personal and medium of interaction, helps, but it's not necessarily only smartphones. It's dumb phones, which are actually at this point in time the most, let's say, prevalent tool of interaction for the unorganized segment. So all our solutions, we make sure, work on dumb phones as well, just as a link which comes as an SMS, which is ubiquitous, and then the link then opens up to all the services, the window of the portal of the services and interaction and so on and so forth. So that's how we do that, Heena. Just one point, I'm sorry, I would like to mention is, and it's a very important point which Pritha mentioned, it's about awareness. So we also realized that to get to be aware, we need to actually reach out to the masses. So we have come across something called, we created a format called Play Safe, as in play the game of your life safely, especially for the unorganized segment, where we have divided into two segments. One is we try to find the problem areas with industry leaders, as respectable, my friend Pritha, and many others for the farmers, maids we talked about, for construction workers, and which literally covers 2/3 of the population of India.
Right.
Yeah, and then we got these questions curated, and we are in the process of doing so, and curated, and then take it to the industry leaders. Maybe the insurance companies, the banking, the healthcare, they have solutions, but they are not aware. So we use a medium, maybe with ET itself, and we basically get the awareness quotient really high. So I think that is something also we are investing our CSR funds to take it forward.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much, both of you. Those were really important points that you made. And before we wrap up, we would like to play another AV for our audience present here to get more insight into what can really be done and the kind of solutions that currently exist.
Thank you, Heena.
Comes home is she's considered a self-employed person. So they are all gig workers. None of them are covered under any social security benefit. They don't get wages.
Human life comes very cheap in India. This needs to change.
Indian farmer is born in debt, lives in debt, and dies in debt. And we are in 2024. Things have changed. Technology has changed. Governments have changed. But farmers' lives have not changed. The risk of farming is still continuing.
In a nation where farmers live and die in debt, where women work tirelessly without security and where countless lives remain undervalued, the need for change is undeniable. But change begins with trust, affordability, and awareness. It starts with a vision, one born from the belief that every individual, no matter their circumstances, deserves protection and opportunity.
I was not quite happy and didn't find my calling just being a tech company and solving some tech solutions without making any benefit and or effect to society per se. The bottom of the pyramids almost always never got any benefits. Going deeper, I found is that they don't have a safety net. They are playing a very risky game of life, and I wanted them to play a safe game of life. So that is play safe. So what we are trying to do is get the technologies which will percolate down to these huge segments of the bottom of the pyramid and empower them with knowledge and or education and democratize opportunities, make them basically participate more with the whole society per se.
Zangam has partnered with ET Now and the Times Network to bring this vision to life through conversations with domain experts, solutions from industry leaders, and a mission to secure dreams one step at a time.
We are now in the process, in the midst of understanding the issues, putting it all together, curating it into problem statements, which the industry leaders can educate us of various solutions which already exist and or create new products and new solutions which can help the bottom of the pyramid.
Thank you very much.